Having a blood cancer diagnosis in itself is very overwhelming and brings a lot of questions. It's not commonly discussed within communities as much as solid cancers are. So when it comes to clinical trials, it's a completely overwhelming and overbearing conversation for some patients. A trial can give you the opportunity to try completely new treatments or treatments that exist but new combinations, and it allows you to basically hopefully have a better outcome with your condition. Patients sometimes ask, well, if I go on a clinical trial, am I getting a placebo? Would that kill me?
For cancer trials, we do not give patients placebo, except it's in combination with a standard of care treatment. So any trial they are going on, even though there's a placebo arm, they will actually be given treatment. So we will not be leaving our patients without any treatment whatsoever. I've heard patients say different things. The general notion that clinical trials are dangerous. We don't want to be a guinea pig that we're going to be testing out stuff on. And for patients who think it's an experiment, yes, it's an experimental drug, but we have additional checks in place. So safety checks, routine visits. The visits are more regular than if they were on standard of care treatment, just because we need to keep an eye out for any changes in their biology or physiology.
It's really important that when we discuss clinical trials, we individualize that trial to that patient so that they understand what they're signing up for, and also understanding the safety and the data around it. It is a burden for most families because you do end up requiring your family to support with the commuting, especially if you're going to a trial a few hours away from home. But there are charities and there are options. I always recommend that patients speak to their specialist nurses to see what options that they have.
Patients have the autonomy, the sense of agency to say, I want to be here or I don't want to be here, and we do not start to ask them why they want to stop the trial. So at the beginning of the trial, they can have the screening visit and then decide this is not for me, that's fine. They can have 1 or 2 doses and say this is not for me, that's okay. They can even have the full treatment, and during the follow-up stage, they said there are too many visits happening, I cannot keep up with this trial and I want to opt out. So at every stage of the trial, the patient can communicate to us at any point and say this is not working for me.
I think the best thing that we do as healthcare professionals to try and break it down when it comes to these overwhelmingness for patients is to explain how important clinical trials are, especially when you don't have other options. We also try and emphasize a lot the patient has the right to take the information, go home and think about it, especially when there's already so many questions running through their mind. You know, you don't have to feel like everything needs to be answered in that clinical situation. We can refer back to these questions again and again, and you can opt out if you want to. So yeah, there's a lot of questions and taboos around clinical trials, but we try and tackle it one step at a time.